CIA methods.
Well, thank you, Brett. On the Senate floor today, Democratic Chairwoman Dianne Feinstein said the program shut down 6 years ago is a stain on America's values.
History will judge us by our commitment to a just society governed by law and the willingness to face an ugly truth and say never again.
The 6,700-page report, costing more than $40 million, was driven by Democrats on the Intelligence Committee, who lose control of the Senate in January. The report reaches 4 key findings: that the enhanced interrogation program was not an effective way to gather intelligence. The CIA provided inaccurate information to policymakers and the public. The program was grossly mismanaged, and it was more brutal than previously known. One example, the waterboarding of al-Qaeda operative Abu Zubaydah. The CIA says Zubaydah helped them capture other high-value terror suspects, including Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the architect of the 9/11 attacks. But the report says the interrogation was so extreme, Zubaydah lost consciousness and was nearly blinded, and it concludes extreme tactics do not elicit credible information. Republican Senator John McCain, a former prisoner of war, supported that.
I know from personal experience that the abuse of prisoners will produce more bad than good intelligence.
But the CIA insists detainees, including Ammar al-Baluchi, the nephew of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, provided unique intelligence that disrupted plots, led to other arrests, and ultimately identified bin Laden's courier al-Kuwaiti and the terror leader's hideout in Pakistan.
Enhanced interrogation contributed to the wealth of knowledge that we needed to have in order to find Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, his true identity, and that led us to Abbottabad.
The Senate report alleges the CIA kept President Bush in the dark about specific interrogation practices until 2006, 4 years after the program started. It cites an email about concerns that then Secretary of State Colin Powell would, quote, blow his stack if he were to be briefed on what's been going on. While the CIA Director John Brennan admitted to some mistakes, he denied the agency intentionally misled Congress, the executive branch, and others. Quote, the process undertaken by the committee when investigating the program provided an incomplete and selective picture of what occurred. No CIA witnesses were interviewed because the Justice Department, under Attorney General Eric Holder, would not coordinate with the Senate committee, citing its own criminal investigation, which never resulted in any charges. Feinstein said even without the interviews, the paper trail is damning.
These documents are important because they aren't based on recollection. They aren't based on revision. And they aren't a rationalization a decade later.
Feinstein said a small group between 40 to 50 CIA personnel, including contractors, were responsible for the program, adding the report was never meant to be an indictment of the entire agency. Committee Republicans in their minority report said the Democrats were attempting to rewrite history because the CIA program saved lives. Brett.
Okay, Catherine, thank you.
You're welcome.